Here is a tutorial with matte blue smoky eyes. I started off with a tinted moisturizer by Sonia Kashuk, and I buffed that all over my skin. And this color is always a perfect match for me. In the summer it's a little bit light, but for the majority of the year it's just like the perfect match. So I'm doing that all over my face, and it offers really good coverage. Now I'm priming my eyelids with the Soft Ochre paint pot, which is by MAC. And I'm using a bronzer from e.l.f. as my transition shade, and I'm using that little bronzer action um, right there with a fluffy brush, and that's going to be my transition color. This really helps any color that you put on top blend a little bit better and smoother. With the Meet Matte, this is an old one from the Balm, I'm using the blue tone and using a flatter brush to pack on the color. And then I am using a fluffier brush at the very edge of that blue eyeshadow to buff out the crease in the very edge. And sometimes with this you tend to lose a little bit of the color, so I packed it on with my finger to really get that color payoff. And I'm also blending it just a tad. Then I'm taking a smaller brush and brushing that underneath the lash line. And this brush is from e.l.f. It's a really good one. It's like just soft and perfect. I love the brush. So I'm rubbing that along the bottom lash line, and that's what it looks like. So I didn't show the color, but it was the one next to it. I think it's like the purpley tone. It's much deeper than this blue one. And I'll put it in the description bar what the color was. But I buffed that on the very edge of the outer lid to make it look a little bit deeper, and then I brought that also in the lower lash line closer to the lashes so that it's a little bit more ombre and smokier. Then I'm taking the Scandalized Rimmel eyeliner pencil in blue, and I'm using that on my waterline and tightlining as well. I'm using these set of lashes by MAC, and first putting mascara and then putting the lashes on the lash line to make it a little bit more dramatic. Now really quickly I'm filling in my brows with the Anastasia Duo powder in dark brown, and that's really quick. And then I also, for the concealer, chose to use the Polongwear concealer in NW25. Then I'm buffing that in with a damp beauty blender, and this is really, really dirty beauty blender, so don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I'm using my fan brush and I'm using the same bronzer from the Duo contour kit by e.l.f. And I'm using that on the cheekbone area to really warm up the face. When you use a dark color on the eyes, especially like blacks or dark browns or dark purples, anything like that, it tends to make the face look very pale. So it's really important to warm up the face with a bronzer or some kind of blush that has a little bit of bronzy tones to it. To go with the look, I'm using a peachy pink blush. I'm using the Apricot Shimmer brick by Bobbie, and I'm using the entire brick as a highlighter for the tops of my cheekbones. Using the lightest strip, I'm using that as the inner corner highlight with a small detail brush. Balance the look a little bit better, I'm putting that on the brow bone as well. I'm also using the lightest color to put a little bit extra on the inner corner just to make sure that intensity level was there. And I'm also going to put that down the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow. This is the Caramel Infused Elixir by Maybelline. It's so pretty, like the perfect lip color for my complexion and my pigmented lips. So I thought this would be perfect for the look, and that's pretty much the entire makeup. I really hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you have any suggestions and requests.